Good morning. Let's see, live. There's the link. Boom, boom, boom. Tweet. View. And hold on, everybody. Send. Awesome. Cool. Good morning, everybody. Who we got in here? Jeffrey, Tangible Assets, Lewis, Mike, Eric, Hirsch, Charles, David, Matthew. Good morning. So, as you guys probably saw, we have another bank dealing with issues this morning. So I want to take a look at that real quick. I haven't actually fully looked and saw what happened. All I know is that Credit Suisse, I think is how you say it, is getting smacked. And it is a much larger bank than the Silicon Valley Bank, as far as the entire U.S. economy and Europe. So, yeah, that's going to be very important to pay attention to. So that news, we're going to have to wait and see how it develops throughout the day. I just saw a very quick Bloomberg interview about one of the top holders that didn't want to assist anymore, because then he would own, I think, 10%, and then there's a bunch of rules that come into play once you start owning over 10%. So, yes, that is going to be very important to pay attention to. Obviously, as we can see in the market, we gap down based off of that news. I think we're down, 1.4% or 1.5%. Let me pull up Yahoo Finance real quick. But not good. Not good. And then we got our PPI data today. Again, we don't want to be too biased based off the news. Oh, we're down 1.7%. So we don't want to be too biased based off of the news, because remember, the market can act irrational, and it will act irrational. Just like we saw with SVB, right? The bank went under. I think, what was the other bank? I think it was, I forget the name. It started with an F. That went under, and we pumped because we hit a technical level, right? So this is why we want to pay attention to the technicals and the technicals only. Yes, we want to keep in mind the news about everything else, but just pay attention to the technicals. As you can see, based off of the sell-off, we came right to the 61.8, bounce, and now we're still holding above it. So that is something that we do want to continue to keep on our radar. The other thing, yeah, how'd you like yesterday's video? Let me tell you, I definitely went out of my comfort zone to make that video, just sitting there in front of the camera. I typically never do that in a YouTube video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy that. I do want to make more videos like that in the future. But the other thing that I really wanted to talk about in today's live stream is I don't know if this updated yet, but I saw on Twitter that in December they were actually pricing in 100 basis points of rate cuts. Yeah. So notice how much that this shifted since I think the last time we made a video on it probably was right before FOMC. But if we go out to December of this year, look at what we're currently trading at on the Fed rate hike futures. This is why, this news can be a little hard to understand, because if these banks go under, the Fed is more than likely going to have to cut rates, and typically cutting rates is bullish to the market, right? So if we just look at the FOMC coming this, next week, I believe, the 22nd, next week. We just went over this, I think it was yesterday, right? How there was more people pricing in a single rate hike. I know people talked about a double rate hike, which there's a 99.9% chance that we will not get a double, because nobody's pricing that in currently. But some of the people from the singles actually came on over to no rate hike. So going into next week on the 22nd, we need to pay attention to this. Do these people from the single rate hike start rotating over here, and then do we have more people over here? Because if that is what's priced in, more than likely that is what Powell is going to do. And then real quick, if you guys could, make sure to click that like button. We got 140 people in here, 32 likes. Remember, if you guys want the watch list, you guys got to run it up to 200 likes. So make sure you guys are doing that. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I go live every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So we need to pay attention to this. Do these people come on over here? Do these people come on over here? That's going to dictate what Powell ends up doing. Now, going into the end of the year, however, they are actually pricing in for us to get down about 75 basis points, or like 50 to 75 basis points, which typically should be bullish for the overall market. It depends if more banks start going down, right? So 31.4%, a majority of the people are priced in right here. What is that? Like 50, around like 60%, I believe, give or take, are expecting us to be in between 3.75 to 4.25 when we're currently at, or 3.75 to 4 when we're currently at 4.5. So again, if they cut the rates, typically should be bullish. So we got to continue to keep our eye on this to get a better understanding of the overall market. So that is one thing that I really wanted to go over today, because that's very important. Sorry, I had to sip on my G Fuel. But yeah, like I said, we have PPI today. Let's see, we're getting a nice little pump on the Dixie. Let's take a look at the bonds. Let's take a look at the yields real quick, see what's going on here. Yields are just getting destroyed right now. Let's see, we do a pretty solid support down there. Let's go down to the bonds. Oh yeah, those bonds are ripping. Yeah, so it looks like we got a drop, base, maybe drop, and then rally, base, rally, possibly. Again, ES chilling at that 61.8% retracement that we talked about. So yeah, these next few days, this actually the entire rest of this week actually is going to be super important. But yeah, so at 8:30 today, what we got retail sales. What is today? Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Retail sales. Producer price index, obviously our PPI, core PPI, PPI year over year, core PPI. So it looks like the forecast for PPI, the core PPI is going to be 0.4%. They don't have the estimates for year over year yet. For some reason, I don't know why they don't. But yeah, let's do this. So we're going to start by looking at the ES and NQ futures. And then we're pretty much going to wait until 8:30 for the news to drop, and then we'll see what we do from there. But again, if you guys could, make sure to smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. 174 people in here, 59 likes. Again, make sure you guys are running up the likes, backboard kicks. Thank you for the subscribe. Let's start a poll real quick. Did you like the video? And then we will start doing some technicals. Let's see. I mean, how the bonds, they're moving differently now. The way that I was using bonds last year was the bonds were actually the telltale of what was going to happen with SPY and QQQ. But now they're diverging. So if you guys remember, all of last year, we would look at TLT. And TLT was the telltale, the next leg that we were going to get down in the market. Every single time we broke below these bear flags, the market gave the next leg down a few days later. So that's how I was using it. But now the bonds are ripping. So I have no idea how to interpret it. But yeah, we're going to have to, we'll see. Yeah, let's do our ES and NQ analysis. And then also another thing that I wanted to go over real quick. I typically don't show you guys this chart ever. This is something that I just use to understand overall sentiment in the market. I know it looks like a disaster, but trust me, it's very easy to read. What these are ATR channels, and we have, our middle ATR right here, +1, +2, +3, our standard deviations pretty much, -1, -2, -3. These are pretty solid areas of moving support and resistance. Typically, we're not meant to go outside +3 or -3. But the way I'm looking at this is we have this weekly squeeze on SPY, right? Weekly squeeze. We got the sell signal on the ready, aim, fire right here. And we're trading at -1 ATR. If we start closing below -1 ATR, there is a very high probability that the weekly squeeze will fire down on SPY, which then could take us roughly into 365 to 350. So that's what I'm going to be watching. This weekly close is going to be super important. But yeah, this is just something I like to use to understand overall sentiment on the market, especially when we start getting squeezes. Yep, Keltner channels. There you go. I call them ATR channels. Now, let's do our analysis. Let me tell you, your boy slept good last night too. I slept for 9.5 hours. That's a good day. All right, VWAP, take that off. And then take off that 21 EMA. I also want to say I gave you guys the exact top on SPY yesterday. I just wasn't here to trade it. So if you guys remember from yesterday's live stream, I said it was like 383.5. Yep, or 393.5, my bad. And we went over this in the stream. All I did was take this pivot high to pivot low on the fibs and look at what we smacked to a T. This was the exact high yesterday, right there. Boom. And then we tanked. So hopefully you guys caught that. Thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. No more stalling. Let's start doing some analysis on this bad boy. That's not even the right fib. All right, so we'll delete that fib. We came up into supply, hardly broke above it, so that is still valid in my opinion. Sure, we already done. Broke that 61.8. Let me see if we have the 78.6 down here anywhere. All right, so right here we have the 78.6. We still have 4-hour demand down here. Let's see. I want to clean this up a little bit. Delete. We still hit that supply, so that's still valid. This 4-hour demand from way over here. Hold on. Right here. So here's our 4-hour demand. As you can see, we bounced off of it twice. We still have that 4-hour squeeze. Still trading in this range from, what is this, last Thursday. Still in this range. So hopefully PPI can help us get out of this range. But we do have supply here now. Honestly, would be more interested in this supply. So let's actually... how do we want to do this? Just go ahead and delete some of this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we can visually see 4-hour supply right here. Pretty hard sell off. Let's see if we can see it better on a smaller time frame. Make it a little more accurate. Let's try 3-hour. Yep, you can see it better on this 3-hour right here. Try 2-hour. Even better on the 2-hour. All right, so let's mark it on the 3-hour first, and then we'll mark it on the 2-hour. Boom. Then we'll also be looking for some fibs. All right, so this is 3-hour supply. We haven't done SPY yet. We're gonna do the futures for now, and we're waiting for the PPI to come out. And again, if you guys could make sure to click that like button. We got 320 people in here, and also make sure you guys are subscribed. I do go live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Give you guys a free watch list for the day. All right, so we got 2-hour supply inside a 3-hour supply. Watch the price action. That's the way that I determine if we're reversing. 2-hour supply. Is there 1-hour supply? Yep, you can see the 1-hour supply as well. Same area. See if we got any rally-based or drop-based drops in here. Also see 30-minute. No, literally, we just sold straight off to the downside. Not even a drop-based drop. Wow. All right. So, I mean, I don't see any demand. I mean, I feel like there's an area down here, but we were looking yesterday and didn't see it. All right, right here. We got 15-minute, which, again, I'd be more interested right down here at 38.41. Way more interested. No, I didn't catch that reject on SPY yesterday. I wasn't here. I was at the house. I really wish I was here, though. Let me tell you, though, getting a house is like the biggest pain in the butt. Can't cuss on here. Biggest pain in the butt. Just so much paperwork you got to do. So much paperwork. There's so many people calling you, and I constantly got to go back and forth from the house. But I don't really see. We do have demand right here, but we traded to the bottom of it. So I'm just gonna label this 15-minute. Again, I really prefer down here. And then we'll see based off of PPI if it just invalidates it. If it does, and we actually break a range, that'd be nice. But let's see, boom. Cool, and we got really close to that 78.6. I know somebody who's been using the 78.6, and they've been killing it with the 78. So, I mean, I use 15-minute zones. It's like I don't use them. It's just I'd be more interested down here. I've taken many bounces based off a 15-minute zone. Cool. Let's head on over to NQ. See what we got going on over here. So, the other thing I noticed with QQQ is we kind of got this little like flag or channel that we got going on. You can see it better on QQQ. There we go. So I'd honestly be interested, depending on the PPI. What is this? 301? I mean, that is an area that we can watch in the future. But let's head on over to NQ again. We tried to break out overnight. We could not. Hold on. Come on. Pivot low, pivot high, 50% fib has been very valid. We have not been able to close below it. So again, daily close below 11,850 should send us down here. But maybe we bounce off of here based off PPI. We'll see. We're going to keep that for now. We'll keep both, just really depending on how we trade based off of PPI. We had the demand right here, which we broke below, so I'm no longer interested. We do have that 4-hour supply right there. See if we see it better on a smaller time frame. Yep. So here's our 3-hour supply. Be interested in a reject there, break above it. We're more than likely going higher. And then, let's see, pivot low, pivot high, pivot low, pivot high. And we're just going to keep these areas for now. Cool. I mean, those are the levels for right now. Trading always opens 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. How often do I erase zones? Whenever they become invalid or I just think my chart is too much of a disaster, I'll then clear it and redo it. Question, how do you tell yourself to stop trading for the day? What is a good daily goal, daily max loss for an experienced trader? So, when it comes to daily goals, I mean, really, the best way I can, first off, your daily goal is going to be different from everybody. If you just started trading, your daily goal might be 50 bucks, right? If you're an experienced trader, maybe you're aiming for 500 to 1,000. If you're somebody like Jadon, who's an absolute menace in the market, maybe your daily goal is 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is. But the way that I go about it is if I am satisfied with my profits based off of the high probability trades that I take, I call it a day. Maybe I only get one good trade and I don't see another good setup. If I don't see another good setup, I'm satisfied with that profit and I'll call it a day right then and there. So I don't necessarily have a daily goal in mind. I prefer to go for the weekly or monthly. But if I fall slightly short, but followed my plan and took the best trades that I could, I'm not too pressed about it. So A+ setups only. I'll take full advantage of them. I'll go heavier size on the A+ setups. And if I don't see another trade, I'll call it a day. If I get absolutely smoked on a trade, like the trade on Friday, that could have like really, I would have had a solid red day on Friday. If the trade went against me and actually hit my stop, good thing it came back in our favor, ended green. I'll call it a day right then and there. But I don't necessarily have like a max loss for the day because I always position myself in a way that I know my loss. And it's not gonna hurt if it gets hit, if that makes sense. But if you take a loss and you get emotional about it, like, oh, I got to make this money back, or you get angry and you feel like you got a revenge trade or whatever it is, you can call it a day. Turn off your computer, walk away. And then you come back the next day. Again, a lot easier said than done. But yeah, that's my take on that. Alrighty, so let's see. What was that? 3 hours supply. Let's look at 2 hours. Whoops. 2 hours supply. You can see 2 hour inside of 3 hour. Two hours supply. Boom, boom. Then again, I don't see any good demand zones unless I'm blind. I mean, we have one right here. That's a 30-minute. See it better on the 15 as well, which actually lines up with that 50. Cool. All right, let's wait for the news. What you guys thinking? We gonna pump or we gonna dump based off of PPI? Let me know in the chat. Pump or dump? And then let me pull up Twitter. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying the book. And while we are waiting for the news to drop, in case you guys did not know, since somebody brought up the book, I do have a 450-page book on Amazon titled The New Age of Technical Analysis. And in this book, I go over my entire day trading and swing trading strategy, actually my overall strategy, full breakdown, all the indicators I use, how to find bounces, rejects, fibs, support and resistance, price targets, so on and so forth. Make sure to check out my book, The New Age of Technical Analysis, on Amazon using that link right there. It is currently 20% off. All right, you guys are thinking dump. Okay. Also, again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. We got 300 people in here, 140 likes. You guys need 60 more likes if you want the watch list dropped in the chat. But it looks like we're just going to sit here and consolidate until PPI is released. Let me get Twitter pulled up for the news. Who is this person retweeting 105 of my tweets? Good God. They're probably about to become my twin brother here in a few minutes. All right, news is set up. Cool. The 1 hour trend line on QQQ. Let's take a look. Thank you for the subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. This one right here. I mean, we can watch it. We'll see. I think we still have that 4 hour squeeze. No, QQQ does not. I believe it's SPY that has it. Yeah, you always want to do supply and demand on the higher time frames. Remember, higher time frame analysis is always key. Always. I just get my news from Twitter. Good old tweeter. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. Got some nice orange dots. Let's see what they're thinking in Team Bull. Where's Savage? Tag me when we're at 3,900. So I'm assuming he probably wants to short right here. Boom. But yeah, I think we will be in a downtrend regardless of PPI unless PPI really drops big. Okay. The next mastermind actually starts next Monday and the applications close on Friday. So actually, since you asked, I'll drop that link real quick while we're waiting. But yeah, if you guys want to hop in the next mastermind, like I said, the applications, the people that we're accepting, running pretty low because okay. So yeah, if you want to hop in the next mastermind, this is the link right here. Again, we start on Monday. Everybody should be in and accepted by Friday. And then, yeah, if you want to learn from me, Grizzly, GD, Jadon, and a bunch of other amazing traders, make sure to hop in that mastermind. Again, here's the application. And if you are selected, you will receive an email. But we got 1 minute left till this news. Let's see. Less than a minute now. Fed swaps price in 100 basis points of rate cuts by December. $30 seconds. $39.50. Tyson chicken, I probably wouldn't even touch it. I think classes start at 8 o'clock, and if you can't make it, it will be recorded. All right, here it is. Let's see if I can get the numbers. Or do we just stay flat? Retail sales, negative 0.4%, previous negative 0.4%, or forecast negative 0.4%, previous was 3%. Core PPI year over year, 4.6%, forecast 5.4%, previous 6%, so it really came down. Why is there two different numbers? Oh, US core PPI 4.4%, forecast 5.2%, previous 5.4%. US core PPI month over month actual 0%, forecast 0.4%, previous 0.5%. So there's the numbers. Post that in Team Bull for everybody. We go. Everybody's got it. Let's see what we do here. I mean, honestly, we didn't see a huge move off of it. So let's see how we digest this news. Somebody says something about Bitcoin. What's going on there? All right, let's give it a couple more minutes. Bitcoin with a nice pump. I hope Savage caught that 3,900. Hope so. If so, he's printing. Anyways, so yeah, it looks like 3,900 might be the area that we want to watch. If we're going to look for calls, we need to break above 3,900. If I was going to look for a reject, again, I would prefer to see us come back up into supply all the way up here. But we can also use a fib from here to here and watch these two areas. I'm going to delete this. I don't really care about this. Possible 15-minute demand, 38.52. And if we really start flushing, then I'll watch these two areas. So if this remains to be the overnight low at, what is this? 3870.5. Oh, and well. All right, put that on the right. Boom, boom. Okay. So yeah, that's the game plan for today. We failed 3870. I'm looking to short it down into these areas right here. Remember, this is 4-hour demand. That was very strong the other day. This is possible 15-minute demand, so we're going to have to watch it pretty closely, see how we trade at that level. But yeah, if we start pumping, I'll watch these few areas for rejects. Obviously, look for calls as well if we do stay strong. Yeah, so that's the analysis on ES. Let's finish up NQ, and then we'll get on over to SPY and QQQ, and then we'll get the day rolling. So 61.8 right down there. If we continue to drop, here's our overnight low. Low. Boom. Awesome. Watch these rejects. Here's that trend line. I'll keep it cleaner on QQQ. Watch these two areas for reject. We really start pushing up, then I will watch this area for the supply reject. Nice 2-hour supply up here. Plus we had the supply from, what was it? I think 4-hour. We do have a 4-hour zone as well. What was, I think it was a 3-hour. Yep. All right. So 3-hour. I like that area a lot. Cool. Yeah. Main reject right here. And then up there on NQ. Let's head on over to SPY. Again, make sure you guys are clicking that like button. How are you guys not at 200 likes yet? We need 14 more likes and you guys will get the watch list. Let's get this typing. All right. So what are we on? We're on SPY. Remove. What's this? 384.7. Overnight low. Show on the right. If we start pumping, look for the reject. Right up in here. Cool. And then, I mean, yeah, we got that demand down there. Daily demand right here. You can see it's been a pretty strong level. Smacked right off that 61.8% retracement yesterday. And I believe, hold on. I don't think. Yeah, so the next fib I don't have until 375. That's a bop away though. It's a $10 drop. So I think our best bet, yes, we could pump today as well. Remember, keep that in mind. We could pump. But what I'm going to look for is going to be this crack below overnight lows. If that happens, look to take it back down into this demand zone right here. Maybe look for a bounce. Or maybe even we might be able to play the tick roll today, depending on how much we sell off in the pre-market. So if we can sell off down to these overnight lows and we get a negative 1,500 tick, then I'm going to watch for a possible bounce at the market open to take it back up. So I definitely will be watching that. But as far as SPY, yeah, I really don't see anything. So 383's got to remain to be the low. We're going to wait to put the pre-market watch list out in Team Bull till a little closer, probably towards the end of the live stream. QQQ is still actually respecting that trend line that you were discussing, whoever brought it up. QQQ really not as much of a sell-off as SPY and QQQ. I've been saying this for a while. I do like SPY, or I like QQQ's setup a lot more than SPY, and I have for a while. But zoom out to the daily. Pretty sure we bounced right off that 50. Yep. Bounce right off that 50% retracement. 280 would be the next one. We're trading at 293.50, so that's a bob away. Break it down to a 4-hour. Again, we do have our supply right up here. What is that? 292. I mean, if we really flushed, I like 290 for a potential bounce, to be honest with you guys. If we can actually start pulling, I do think 290 is nice. I was saying the QQQ thing before any of the bank stuff. Like, we're talking weeks that I've said it. Way before any of the bank stuff. Let's try a 2-hour. Yeah, so I think 290 is going to be my main bounce today. And then depending if we get a bounce up before we hit it, then I could look for a reject. But as of now, just visually looking around like 298 to 298.50, I'd be interested in a reject. So there's QQQ. Let's take a look at NQ again. Yep, so that's 61.8 down there. Let's take a look at some individual stocks, see what we like today, and then we will go from there. That 4-hour squeeze looks like it's firing down on SPY. Let's pull up the watch list. Actually don't have too many squeezes today, just a few 4-hour squeezes. Apple's got one. Not really interested in Apple, but it does look like if it slips 150, probably going lower. AMD just bounced right off that 50% retracement. Looks like it pretty much double topped up here. Not really interested in this. We'll skip over that. Amazon. Oh, I missed my bounce on Amazon. I didn't even see that. That was in Saturday, or not Saturday, Sunday's video to watch that 88.28. Dang. Oh well, I didn't even see that. Boeing. Don't really care. Baba, don't care about. Let's take a look at Meta. I know Meta was strong yesterday. Still staying relatively strong. It broke that daily cup and handle. I want to see if this could get some strength to the upside in the market push. I'd be interested in Meta. Meta. All right, so there is that. Microsoft, I don't really trade. We'll take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia's just been, I'm pretty sure this has been a 4-hour supply zone for Nvidia. But honestly, wouldn't be interested to the upside unless it actually cracked that high. So maybe that happens in the future. Maybe it even happens today if we get some real strength in the market. Tesla kind of just breaking below this flag right here. So we could probably watch Tesla. 177 break for a move lower. So I do like Meta. I like Tesla today as the individual names. Everything else is just SPY and QQQ. So let's get these SPY and QQQ levels out to everybody so you guys got them. Hold on, let's go back to ES real quick. Yeah, so I'm going to keep an eye on that 15-minute zone. But again, 3841 is the area to watch on ES. Cool. And get SPY out to everybody. SPY. Actually, I mean, there's a few different scenarios that we could play today with SPY. I mean, I guess I'll just type out the scenarios. Some scenarios for today. 1, we hold above pre-market lows and consolidate in this area going into the open. If tick opens at negative 1500 plus, I will be looking to scalp the upside for a bounce. 2, if we do bounce and hold above the pre-market highs, I will be watching 388.32 and 389.39. Higher probability. Again, I'll answer all your questions here in a few minutes once we get this watch list out. Higher probability for a reject. 3, we break pre-market lows and head back to daily demand around 380.5. I'll give you guys the actual ES level for it. ES demand level 3841.25. Okay. All right, so there's SPY. There's a few different scenarios that could play out there. QQQ, I mean, literally the only thing I like is the bounce. QQQ, looking for a bounce at 290. Reject TBA. Boom. There's that. And again, if you guys could, make sure to click that subscribe button. I do go live every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. Answer any questions you guys got. Plus, I have over 1,000 free videos on my channel teaching you on how to trade. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed. If you aren't subscribed, then you are definitely missing out. But again, I do really like 290. Let's see how we act if we can actually get down there. And I mean, that's pretty much it. SPY, QQQ. What was the other one? Tesla. Good old Tesla. Let's look at person's pivots today with Tesla. Yep. So, I mean, if we crack 177, we got a while to go. And then Meta, that's only if we get some strength. Tesla. You want to know what's crazy is I saw that, I don't know if it was GPT or whatever it's called, or like a different version of it, but it predicted a crash today. It was that was posted like a few days ago. So wouldn't that be crazy? Tesla, if the market stays weak in the pool, I am interested below 177 for puts, breaking 1 hour bear flag in the pre-market. See, I don't know what it does. I never look at GPT, whatever it's called. Somebody accused me of using it for my tweet yesterday. Like, what? I hardly even remember the name. How am I supposed to use it for a tweet? I don't even know how to use it, let alone try to tell the thing to make a tweet. But yeah, I mean, that's a watch list for the day. Yeah, if you want the ES levels here. So here's my ES levels, of course. I mean, hopefully we can still sit here and hold this area. If we can sit here and hold, I'll simply just move this to there. But I want to see us hold this area. Again, negative 1500 tick. I'll like it. And then look for the bounce into the fibs. We'll see. Let's see, SPY. All right, so slightly broke below. Again, hold this area. We good. SPY, QQQ, Tesla, and then Meta. Lots of strength yesterday. Tesla, and then we got our futures over here. Yeah, I think it might be tick rule today. My man Benjamin, always donating. I greatly appreciate you as always, my man. Greatly appreciate you. But yeah, let's drop this watch list. I'll answer the questions that you guys got. We'll just change the levels to the new pre-market low for SPY. Okay, I really gotta change up this SPY for you guys to put it in the chat. There's a good chance that I will use tick rule today. Boom. QQQ. No bias. Clear day. Or clear mindset for the day. Members, everything I am watching for the day. Let's run it up and make a money bag. All right, so tick rule. Pretty much what I am looking for with this is based off of news in the pre-market, whether it be a nice pump, a nice sell-off, or news-driven pump or dump, whatever it may be. I am looking to see where the tick opens, right? So yesterday we were able to get a nice little short off the, not at the open, as we started to push up a little more. We got a nice little short off. Didn't work as good yesterday, but here, let me pull up a trade that I've taken in the past. Hold up. Let me find this. Explain it better for you guys. Where are ya, tick? I'll explain it good for you. Just give me 1 second because I gotta find the picture. No, how long ago was this? Ooh, okay. Here's a good example. So, with the tick rule, pretty much what I'm looking for. Where's the SPY example? There it is. Okay. So this is a trade that we actually ended up taking. Now, looking at tick, we must have sold off in the pre-market based off of news. What I'm looking for is I want to see the tick open at negative 1500 or well below negative 1500. If we open well below it, there is a good chance that we will push, the tick will push up to zero, at least up to zero, which as a result should take the market up with it. So what I'm looking for is a consolidation against the pre-market lows, and I try to get an entry as close to pre-market lows as possible. So with this trade, what we ended up doing was it came down towards pre-market lows. We entered long. You can see this was all the way back October 13th. So this is a while ago. But we ended up getting long, and look at the push that we caught on SPY. Literally within 2 minutes, it was all the way up at 385 or 350 from 348.27. So that's what I'm looking for, is if we can open with a tick way down here, there's a good chance that we at least get some kind of pump off the open, or vice versa if we end up vice versa if we gap up to the upside. Now you got to remember, you got to be quick with these, because sometimes it's not going to go, just straight up. These are typically scalps to the upside, but it offers a beautiful risk reward if you can get in towards those lows. So that's what the tick rule is. But yeah, if we can continue to consolidate against these lows, I'll be a happy person today. No, $TICK. I'm not too sure what it is on TradingView, but it's free on ThinkorSwim. But yeah, that's how I use it. I also have a video on it. Go on my channel. I think I have like 2 videos on it. Cool. Any other questions you guys got before I hop off, go make breakfast, get ready for the day? I'm ready to print. Make sure you guys go run up the reactions in my channel, as well as if you're in Team Bull. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the day. Everybody have an amazing day. Let's run it up. Let's print if you're in Team Bull. I'll talk to you guys in like 10-15 minutes. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure to check out my book on Amazon, The New Age Technical Analysis, 450 pages, currently 20% off. So there is that link right there. Other than that, let's run it up. Everyone have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.